Okay. Come up all the way around. Rock and roll.
Everyone here can say they enjoy a good celebration, right?
Right. Yeah.
Music, dancing, and a spectacle. Let me transport you to the island nation of the Bahamas, where these things aren't just about having a party, but also a significant cultural event that's been a part of Bahamian history for hundreds of years. Of course, cultural experiences and partying don't have to be mutually exclusive, right?
Right.
Now, with the words Bahamas and party, I hope I have your attention. Many of you may wonder why I chose to share about Junkanoo. Well, I was born in the Bahamas, and for as long as I could remember, Junkanoo has been a big part of Bahamian holidays. I enjoy the spectacle of most of it, but importantly, it makes me appreciate my Bahamian culture. Today, I'd like to share with you about the Bahamian Junkanoo Festival. I'll tell you about its diverse, colorful history and its significant role in the vision for the future generations. Now let's go back to the origins of the oldest Bahamian party, Junkanoo. What exactly is Junkanoo, and why do Bahamians celebrate it? Well, the true origins are unclear. Journalist Jeanette DeCosmo tells us that it's based on West African rituals and European folklore passed down through storytelling across the Caribbean, leaving us with many variations of the truth. The one thing we know for certain, the origin of the Junkanoo Festival all began with one man named John Canoe. It's said that John Canoe was many things. In his book, On Junkanoo, the author Kenneth Bilby states that John Canoe was a spirit worshipped by the West African native back in the 1400s. However, oral history tells us that he was an enslaved soldier or a West African chief who demanded the right to practice his beliefs even after being enslaved by the English. This is the most believed story among Bahamians. The tale goes that the chief and his people were allowed to practice their rituals in private and on their days off, such as Christmas and New Year's. These consisted of chanting to the beat of the goatskin drum, prayer, dancing, and dressing in costumes. This led to participants masquerading through the streets and with anonymity of covered faces terrorizing their slave owners. They wore handmade costumes made of animal horn masks, headdresses, grass skirts, and body paint. Here you can see lithographs of old Junkanoo performers. The Europeans believed that this kind of behavior was associated with dark magic that they did not approve of. But eventually, so many participants were in it that it was impossible to stop. And so, the West African rituals that John Canoe fought to keep alive for his people became a tradition in the Caribbean that has transformed into a modern-day Junkanoo festival. Today, many aspects of Junkanoo's celebrations can be found in modern festival. Dances, singing, body paint, costumes, and the Junkanoo Rush. A parade through the streets. Today, music is a large part of the Junkanoo Festival. National events are made of the parades on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, and New Year's Day. masses crowd to see the parade in action, with bright colored, extravagant costumes and man-powered floats. Here are some examples of modern Junkanoo. Unlike in the past, Junkanoo is now void of religious practices and focuses more on secular aspects. Bahamians view Junkanoo like Americans view sport. We all have our favorite team. We await anxiously to see who is the best dressed, and believe it or not, that's not easy. Who has the best music and who dances the best. I tend to agree with journalist Timothy Rahman when he says Junkanoo is an international face of the Bahamas, the face that the government and the people want the world to associate the Bahamas with. We are growing more and more as a nation, and Junkanoo is certainly the cause. According to an article in the Nassau Guardian, the future of Junkanoo is bright. They are starting to plan for summer rushes and opening competitions just for children, so that we have prepped the next generation to carry on our traditions. Some of you may have seen the billboards last year saying it was time to get ready for Junkanoo. So the next time you are in the Bahamas and a part of a Junkanoo rush, you will have a greater appreciation for this cultural experience.